If you're looking for cheap anime figures, plush, or merchandise in Japan, especially the rarer and cooler stuff, then here are some of my top recommendations. So the first place that you need to start looking is Mandarake. Now, if you collect anime figures or other Japanese merchandise, then you're probably already familiar with Mandarake, even if it's just the website. But luckily for you, they actually have their storefronts in Japan. And to be blunt, they have a lot of very cool merchandise which you would struggle to find in more popular tourist areas like Akihabara. For example, this Mandarake, which was located very close to Shibuya Scramble, ended up having a bunch of Toro plushies, as well as a lot of other anime figures which are really cool and really well priced. Not to mention the Mandarakes in Nakano Broadway are also really well stocked. And speaking of which, my next recommendation is Nakano Broadway. Now, you may have heard of Nakano Broadway before, but I'll boil it down very simply for you. It is essentially 3 floors of slightly liminal but very, very cool anime, merchandise, and collectible goods. You'll find everything from BJDs all the way to American cartoon merchandise and, of course, anime figures and plush. You can easily spend a whole day here, so I definitely recommend hitting it up during your trip to Japan. Now, another fantastic chain that you'll find all over Japan, and honestly only gets better the further out of central Tokyo that you go, is of course Book Off. Book Off is essentially just a second-hand store, but they literally do have everything. You can get Gundams, you can find Liz Lisa new with tags. You'll find an abundance of anime figures and collectible pins, and of course a mountain of plush merchandise and memorabilia, especially of Chikawa. Whenever I'm in Japan, I will dedicate real time to making sure that I can go thrift shopping in Book Off. And of course, like most of these places, the further out from tourist areas that you go, the better the merchandise and the pricing tends to be. And actually, one of my biggest recommendations with Book Off is also making sure that you keep an eye on the pricing. In just one store in Ikebukuro, I actually found the same item priced at 3 different price points, from around 900 yen all the way up to nearly 2,000 yen. So definitely make sure that you're thorough with your thrifting. And my last recommendation when it comes to places to look for anime merchandise and goods is gonna be Surugaya. Now, just like Mandarake, Surugaya actually have an online store, which is really, really good to use when you are away from Japan. But of course, when you're visiting, you can actually go in person and have a proper look. And if you are a fan of stuff like Love Live or any more obscure or older merchandise, then you might be in luck. My favorite Surugaya is personally in Shinjuku. They have a really, really good one there, but you can also find them in areas like Akihabara too. So definitely make sure to go give them a look and have a thorough thrift.